Our next session of devotion will take us through the longest psalm we have in the Bible, 176 verses. Despite its length, this psalm is like finding the treasure chest full of precious promises of the God. This song was written to honor the prize God's word, the law. Probably one of the most interesting features of this psalm is it was written in acoustic style, where each section begins with the next letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Since there are 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, that means there are 22 sections or stanzas in this psalm. If that wasn't enough, each stanza contains exactly 8 verses, and each of those verses begins with exactly the same letter. This is all made clear in our English Bible, where each section is headed by the corresponding Hebrew letter. They are spelled out for us: Aleph, Beth, Gimel, Dalet, etc. The main reason for this acoustic style was to help in the memorization of God's word. Memorization means that the person is able to meditate on God's word even when they don't have physical access to a good practice for every Christian. I pray that as we go through this next series of devotions, we will come to appreciate, value, and love the wonderful truth we have in God's law. My prayer is everything through this month, we as God's covenant children will come to really appreciate, value, and love the wonderful truth found in God's law that are for our lives. So let's begin. Psalm 119 verse 1, it says, "Blessed are those whose ways are blameless, who walk according to the law of the Lord." And Psalm 119 is about the Torah, which means teaching and directing. In verse 1, it gives the title of the law. You see, the Bible is not just given so that we can become more knowledgeable, but also of our and obedience and instruction. We are told in the James verse 25, "But whoever looks intently in the perfect law that gives freedom and continue in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in the way they do." In the remaining 175 verses of Psalm 118, except for 5, we find the term Torah, or one of the 7 synonyms. In almost every stanza, each having 8 verses, we can find these 8 different words for law. The acoustic form we talked about and the use of these 8 words for Torah form the framework for a very extravagant prayer. The main goal of psalmist is this: he is seeking God to fill him with a love for his law. He wants God to fill his mind with his truths and to help him so that he delights in being obedient to his commands and thereby gives glory to God, his Savior. There is a tradition that King David used this psalm to teach his young son Solomon the Hebrew alphabet. very clear, because he could at the same time also teaches Solomon about living an obedient spiritual life that's pleasing to God. Through this psalm, Solomon could also come to know the God who saves his people from their slavery to sin, so that they may live for him. And my today's prayer: God, please fill my heart with a love for your love. Fill my mind with the truth of its instruction, and help me so that I will delightfully obey you, the one who saved me from my sins. Amen.